You have within you an incredible power, a power that can change your life, shape your future, and bring you closer to your dreams than you ever thought possible. That power is consistency. Right now, in this very moment, you have the ability to make a choice that will set you on a path of growth, success, and fulfillment. That choice is to be consistent in your actions, your thoughts, and your beliefs. Think about it. Every great achievement in history, every remarkable success story, every life transformed, they all have one thing in common: consistency. It's not about grand gestures or occasional bursts of effort. It's about showing up day after day and doing what needs to be done. I want you to understand something fundamental, right? Consistency isn't just a habit, it's a force that can move mountains, cross oceans, and overcome any obstacle in your path. When you make the decision to be consistent, you're tapping into a wellspring of power that exists within you. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but it's hard to be consistent. Life gets in the way. I get tired, I get distracted, I lose motivation. And you're right, consistency can be challenging, but that's exactly why it's so powerful. You see, anyone can do something once, and anyone can have a good day, make a smart decision, or take a step in the right direction. But it's those who keep doing it day after day, week after week, month after month after month. Those are the ones who truly transform their life. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who decided to write a book. He wasn't a professional writer. He had a full-time job, a family to take care of, and a million other responsibilities. But he made a commitment to himself. He decided that no matter what, he would write for 1 hour every single day. At first, it was tough. Some days, he'd sit in front of his computer staring at a blank screen. Other days, he'd write pages and pages of nonsense. But he kept showing up. He kept putting in that hour, day after day. After a year, he had a finished manuscript. After 2 years, he had a published book. And after 5 years, he was a best-selling author with multiple books to his name. That's the power of consistency. Now, I'm not saying you need to write a book. Or maybe your goal is to get in shape, to learn a new skill, to build a business, or to improve your relationships. Whatever it is, consistency is the key that will unlock that door for you. But here's the thing. Now, consistency doesn't just happen. You can't wish for it, hope for it, or wait for it to come to you. You have to force yourself to be consistent. You have to make the conscious decision every single day to show up and do the work. It's not always going to be easy. There will be days when you don't feel like it, days when you're tired, when you're discouraged, when you think it's not worth the effort. Those are the days that matter most. Those are the days when you have to dig deep and find that inner strength to keep going. Remember, consistency isn't about perfection. It's not about never making mistakes or never having setbacks. It's about getting back up when you fall. It's about starting again when you slip. It's about recommitting to your goals even when it feels like you're not making progress. I want you to think about something for a moment. Think about where you want to be in 5 years. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want to have achieved? What kind of person do you want to be? Now, here's the powerful truth. Yeah, you can have that life. You can achieve those goals. You can become that person. But it won't happen overnight. It won't happen with a single burst of effort. It will happen through consistency, through showing up day after day and taking small steps towards your dreams. Imagine if you committed to reading for 30 minutes every day. In a year, you'd have read dozens of books. In 5 years, you'd be one of the most well-read people you know. Imagine if you committed to saving a small amount of money each week. In a year, you'd have a sizable savings account. In 5 years, you could be financially secure. That's the compound effect of consistency. Small actions, repeated consistently over time, lead to massive results. It's like planting a seed. You don't see results immediately, but if you keep watering it, keep nurturing it, keep showing up day after day, eventually you'll have a mighty oak tree. Now, I want to address something important. Okay? Sometimes we resist consistency because we're afraid of commitment. We're afraid of putting in effort and not seeing immediate results. We're afraid of failure. But here's the truth. The only real failure is giving up. As long as you keep showing up, as long as you keep trying, you're succeeding. Every day that you force yourself to be consistent is a victory. Every time you choose to take action instead of making excuses, you're winning. I think about the most successful people, the ones who've achieved great things, who've made a real difference in the world. I guarantee you, they didn't get there by being inconsistent. They got there by showing up day after day and doing the work. They faced the same challenge you faced. They had the same doubts, the same fears, the same temptations to give up. But they made a choice. They chose consistency. They chose to keep going, even when it was hard, even when they didn't feel like it, even when it seemed like they weren't making progress. And that's the choice I'm asking you to make today. Choose consistency. Choose to show up for yourself, for your dreams, for your future. Choose to be the person who doesn't just talk about their goals, but takes consistent action to achieve them. Now, I know this isn't always easy. Our minds are great at coming up with excuses. I'm too tired. I don't have time. It's not the right moment. But these are just that excuses, and excuses will keep you exactly where you are. Instead of making excuses, you make a plan. Set a specific time each day for the actions that will move you towards your goals. Maybe it's waking up an hour early to work on your side business. Maybe it's using your lunch break to study a new language. Maybe it's dedicating the hour before bed to exercise or meditation. Whatever it is, schedule it. Make it non-negotiable. Treat it with the same importance you treat a crucial meeting or a doctor's appointment, because that's what it is. It's an appointment with your future self, with the person you're becoming. And here's a powerful tip, start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one area of your life, one habit you want to build, and focus on being consistent with that. Once you've mastered consistency in one area, you can expand to others. Remember, consistency is a skill. Like any skill, it takes practice. You might not be perfect at first, and that's okay. The key is to keep trying, to keep showing up, to keep forcing yourself to be consistent, even when it's difficult. As you practice consistency, you'll start to notice something amazing. It gets easier. What once felt like a struggle becomes second nature. The actions you have to force yourself to do become habits, become part of who you are. And as you become more consistent, you'll start to see results. Maybe not immediately, but over time, you'll notice changes. You'll be stronger, smarter, more skilled. You'll be closer to your goals. You'll be the person you've always wanted to be. But here's the really exciting part. As you see these results, as you experience the power of consistency, you'll be motivated to do more. You'll want to be consistent in other areas of your life. You'll start to see opportunities for growth and improvement everywhere. This is how real. Lasting change happens, not through quick fixes or temporary solutions, but through consistent, sustained effort over time. It's how ordinary people achieve extraordinary things. It's how you can transform your life one consistent action at a time. Now, I want to address something that often holds people back from being consistent. Fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of change. These fears can paralyze us, can keep us stuck in our comfort zones, can prevent us from taking consistent action towards our goals. But here's the truth. Fear is just a feeling. It's not a fact, and not a prediction of the future. It's just your mind trying to protect you from the unknown. And while it's natural to feel fear, you don't have to let it control you. Instead, use your consistency as a weapon against fear. Every time you show up, every time you take action, despite your fear, you're proving to yourself that you're stronger than your doubts. You're building confidence, resilience, and courage. And as you consider things, your fears, something incredible happens. They start to lose their power over you. What once seemed terrifying becomes manageable. Well, what's held you back becomes a stepping stone to growth. This is another beautiful aspect of consistency. It doesn't just change your external circumstances. It changes you. It transforms you into someone who's capable of achieving great things, someone who doesn't let fear or doubt stand in their way. Now, let's talk about another challenge to consistency, the opinions of others. Well, sometimes the people around us don't understand our goals. They might question why we're putting in so much effort, why we're making changes in our lives. They might even try to discourage us. But remember this, your consistency isn't for them, and how far. It's for you. It's for your dreams, your goals, your future. Don't let the opinions of others derail your consistency. Use them as fuel to keep going, to prove to yourself and the world what you're capable of. And here's something powerful. As you remain consistent, as you start to see results, those same people who question, you might start to be inspired by you. Your consistency can be a light that shows others what's possible when you commit to your goals and keep showing up day after day. Now, I want to address something that's crucial for long-term consistency, self-care. Sometimes in our eagerness to achieve our goals, we push ourselves too hard. We neglect our physical and mental health. But this approach isn't sustainable. True consistency isn't about burnout. It's about finding a rhythm, a pace that you can maintain over the long term. It's about taking care of yourself so that you have the energy and motivation to keep showing up day after day. So make self-care a part of your consistent routine. Get enough sleep. Eat nutritious food. Take breaks when you need them. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Treat yourself with kindness and compassion. Remember, you're in this for the long haul. And speaking of the long haul, let's talk about patience. In today's world of instant gratification, it can be frustrating when we don't see immediate results from our consistent efforts. But real, lasting change takes time. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't plant a seed one day and expect to see a fully grown tree the next. It takes time, nurturing, and yes, consistency. But if you keep watering that seed, keep providing it with what it needs, eventually you'll have a strong, beautiful tree. Your consistent efforts are like water for the seeds of your dreams. You might not see results immediately, but trust that beneath the surface, growth is happening. Trust that your consistency is making a difference, even when you can't see it yet. And here's the powerful truth. The results of consistency often show up when you least expect them. You might feel like you're not making progress, and then suddenly you realize how far you've come. You might think your efforts aren't paying off, and then opportunities start appearing out of nowhere. This is why it's so important to trust the process, to keep showing up, keep putting in the work, keep forcing yourself to be consistent, even when it feels like nothing is happening, because something is always happening. You're always growing, but you're always moving forward, always getting closer to your goals. Now, let's talk about something that can supercharge your consistency, your why. Your why is the deep, meaningful reason behind your goals. It's not just what you want to achieve, but why you want to achieve it. When you connect with your why, consistency becomes easier. On those days, when you don't feel like showing up, when you're tempted to skip your consistent actions, your why can provide the motivation you need to keep going. Maybe you want to get in shape so you can be healthy and active for your children. And maybe you want to build a successful business so you can provide for your family and make a difference in your community. Maybe you want to learn a new skill so you can pursue a career you're passionate about. Whatever your why is, keep it at the forefront of your mind. Write it down, visualize it, let it be the fuel that drives your consistency even on the toughest days. And here's something powerful. As you consistently work towards your goals, your why might evolve. You might discover new reasons, deeper motivations. This is part of the journey. Embrace it. Let your growing understanding of your why reinforce your commitment to consistency. Now, I want to address something that often trips people up. Perfectionism. Sometimes we use the pursuit of perfection as an excuse for inconsistency. We tell ourselves that if we can't do something perfectly, we shouldn't do it at all. But here's the truth. Consistency is about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up and doing your best, whatever your best looks like on that particular day. Some days, your best might be amazing. Other days, it might be just getting through. Both are valuable. Both move you forward. Remember, a small step forward is infinitely better than no step at all. Imperfect action taken consistently will always outperform perfect inaction. So don't let the pursuit of perfection hold you back. Embrace imperfection. Embrace the messiness of growth and progress. And as you embrace imperfection, you'll discover something wonderful. Your consistent efforts, even when they're not perfect, add up to amazing results over time. It's not about being perfect every day. It's about showing up every day, doing what you can, and trusting in the cumulative power of your consistent actions. Now, let's talk about accountability. Sometimes forcing yourself to be consistent can feel like a lonely journey, but it doesn't have to be. Finding an accountability partner or joining a community of like-minded individuals can supercharge your consistency. When you share your goals with others, when you commit to being consistent, not just to yourself, but to a supportive community, it becomes easier to show up day after day. You have people to encourage you, to celebrate your wins, to help you get back on track. And here's something powerful. As you remain consistent, as you make progress towards your goal, you become an inspiration to others. Your consistency doesn't just change your life. It has the power to change the lives of those around you. Think about that for a moment. By forcing yourself to be consistent, by showing up day after day and working towards your goals, you're not just transforming your own life. You're setting an example. You're showing others what's possible when you commit to consistency. This is the ripple effect of consistency. Your actions, your commitment, your transformation, they all have the power to inspire others to make positive changes in their own lives. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a challenge. Starting today, I want you to commit to one consistent action, just one. Something small, something manageable, but something that will move you towards your goals. Maybe it's reading for 15 minutes every day. Maybe it's doing 10 push-ups every morning. Maybe it's writing down 3 things you're grateful for before bed each night. Whatever it is, commit to doing it every single day for the next 30 days. It might be hard at first. You might have days when you don't feel like doing it, but force yourself to be consistent. Show up day after day, no matter what. And at the end of those 30 days, take a moment to reflect on how you feel, on what you've accomplished. I guarantee you, you'll be amazed at the power of your consistency. You'll see changes, maybe small ones, maybe big ones, but you'll see them. And more importantly, you'll feel the change within yourself. You'll feel the strength that comes from keeping a promise to yourself, from showing up day after day. And here's the exciting part. You're like, this is just the beginning. This 30-day challenge is just a taste of what's possible when you embrace consistency in all areas of your life. It's a starting point, a springboard to even greater achievements. So remember, consistency isn't just a habit, it's a superpower. It's the force that can transform your dreams into reality, your potential into achievement, your hopes into tangible results. It's the key that unlocks the door to the life you've always. Use this power, embrace it, let it propel you towards your goals, your dreams, your best life. Because when you force yourself to be consistent, when you commit to showing up day after day, you're not just changing your habits. You're changing your life. You're becoming the person you've always known you could be. And remember, my consistency isn't just about the big things. It's about the small, everyday choices you make. It's about choosing to be positive even when faced with challenges. It's about choosing to be kind even when others aren't. It's about choosing to believe in yourself even when doubt creeps in. These consistent choices, these daily decisions to show up as your best self, they add up. They shape your character, your relationships, your entire life experience. They're the building blocks of the life you're creating. Now, I want you to think about something. Think about the person you'll be a year from now if you commit to consistency today. Think about how much stronger you'll be, how much more confident, how much closer to your goals. That person is within your reach. That future is yours to create one consistent action at a time. But here's the key, you have to start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more ready, now. Because the truth is, you'll never feel completely ready. There will always be reasons to wait, to put it off, to say not yet. Don't fall into that trap. The time to start is now. The time to commit to consistency is this very moment. You have everything you need within you. You have the strength, the courage, the determination. All you need to do is tap into it, to make the decision to be consistent starting right now. And as you embark on this journey of consistency, remember to be patient with yourself. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a new habit or a new life. There will be setbacks. There will be days when consistency feels impossible, but that's okay. That's part of the process. What matters is that you keep going, that you pick yourself up after a setback and recommit to your consistency, that you forgive yourself for the slip-ups and focus on the next right action. Because every moment is a new opportunity to be consistent, to take a step towards your goals. Think of consistency like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. At first, it might feel weak, easily fatigued. But with practice, with persistent use, it grows stronger. What once felt difficult becomes easier. What once required immense willpower becomes second nature. And as your consistency muscle grows stronger, you'll find that it impacts every area of your life. You become more reliable to yourself and to others. You become more disciplined, more focused. You'll develop a reputation as someone who follows through, who can be counted on. These are invaluable qualities. They're the qualities of leaders, of innovators, of people who make a real difference in the world. And they all stem from one simple practice, forcing yourself to be consistent. Now, I want to address something important. Sometimes when we talk about consistency, people worry that it means becoming rigid or inflexible. But that's not true consistency. True consistency is about being steadfast in your goals, while remaining flexible in your method. Life is unpredictable. Circumstances change. New information comes to light. True consistency means adapting to these changes while staying committed to your overall direction. It means being willing to adjust your approach, to learn and grow, while remaining consistent in your core values and objectives. This kind of flexible consistency is powerful. It allows you to stay on track towards your goals, even when life throws curveballs your way. It helps you navigate challenges without losing sight of what's truly important to you. And here's something beautiful about this approach. It turns obstacles into opportunity. When you're committed to consistency, when you're determined to show up no matter what, you start to see challenges differently. Instead of roadblocks, they become chances to grow, to learn, to become even stronger. This mindset shift is transformative. It turns you from a victim of circumstances into the author of your own story. It puts you in control, not of what happens to you, but of how you respond. And that response, that consistent choice to keep moving forward, is what shapes your life. Now, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked when we discuss consistency, the importance of rest and renewal. Consistency doesn't mean running yourself into the ground. It doesn't mean pushing yourself to exhaustion day after day. True sustainable consistency includes regular periods of rest and renewal. It means taking time to recharge your batteries, to reflect on your progress, to reconnect with your motivation. This isn't a break from consistency. It's an essential part of it. Think of it like breathing. You don't just inhale constantly, you also need to exhale. In the same way, your journey of consistency needs both periods of focused effort and periods of rest and reflection. This rhythm, this balance is what allows you to maintain your consistency over the long term. So as you committed to forcing yourself to be consistent, also commit to taking care of yourself. Schedule time for rest, for fun, for activities that recharge you. This isn't selfish, it's necessary. It's what allows you to show up consistently day after day, week after week, year after year. And here's something powerful, as you practice consistency, as you make it a core part of who you are, you'll find that it becomes easier to be consistent in new areas of your life. The skills you develop, the mindset you cultivate, they transfer. They help you create positive change in every aspect of your life. Maybe you start by being consistent with your exercise routine, but then you find it easier to be consistent with your eating habits, then with your work habits, then with your relationships. Before you know it, consistency has become a fundamental part of who you are, influencing everything you do. This is the compounding effect of consistency. Each consistent action doesn't just move you towards a specific goal. It strengthens your overall ability to be consistent. It's like you're building a consistency muscle that you can flex in any area of your life. And as this consistency muscle grows stronger, you'll find yourself achieving things you once thought were impossible. Goals that once seemed out of reach become attainable. Dreams that once felt like fantasies become realistic possibilities. All because you made the decision to force yourself to be consistent. Now, I want you to take a moment and really let that sink in. Think about the power you hold within you. The power to shape your future, to create the life you want, simply by choosing to be consistent. It's an incredible gift, and it's one that's available to you right now. But here's the thing, this gift doesn't unwrap itself. You have to choose to use it. You have to make the decision every single day to be consistent, to show up, to do the work, to take the actions that move you towards your goals. It's not always going to be easy. There will be days when you don't feel like it, days when it seems like your efforts aren't making a difference, days when the temptation to give up feels overwhelming. But those are the days when your consistency matters most. Because consistency isn't about feeling motivated all the time. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing what needs to be done, not because it's easy or fun, but because it's important, because it's moving you towards the life you want to create. And here's a powerful truth. The satisfaction you get from forcing yourself to be consistent, from following through on your commitments to yourself, is far greater than any temporary pleasure you might get from giving up or taking the easy way out. When you choose consistency, when you show up day after day, you're building more than just habits or skills. You're building character, you're building integrity. You're becoming someone who can be relied upon by yourself and by others. This is the true power of the hour, consistency. It doesn't just change what you do, it changes who you are. It transforms you into the kind of person who achieves their goals, who lives up to their potential, who makes a real difference in the world. And as you become this person, as you embrace consistency as a core part of who you are, you'll find that your influence on the world around you grows. Your consistency becomes an inspiration to others. Your achievements become a testament to what's possible when you commit to showing up day after day. Think about the ripple effect this can have. Your consistency doesn't just change your life. It has the potential to change the lives of everyone around you. Your family, your friends, your colleagues, even strangers who hear your story or witness your transformation. This is the legacy of consistency. It's not just about personal achievement. It's about making a positive impact on the world. It's about setting an example that inspires others to tap into their own power, to force themselves to be consistent in pursuit of their own dream. So as we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a final thought. The power of consistency is within you right now. You don't need to wait for anything or anyone. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect circumstances. All you need is a decision to start. The commitment to show up day after day. The willingness to force yourself to be consistent, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. Make that decision now. Commit to consistency. Embrace the power that's been within you all along. And watch as it transforms not just your habits, not just your achievements, but your entire life. Remember, every journey begins with a single step, and a life of consistency, a life of achievement, a life of purpose and fulfillment. That journey begins with a single consistent action. Take that action today, and then take it again tomorrow. And the day after that, force yourself to be consistent. It's the most powerful thing you can do for yourself, for your dreams, for your future. The power is in your hands. Use it. Embrace it. Let it guide you towards the extraordinary life you're capable of living. Your future self is counting on you. Your dreams are waiting for you. The world is waiting for the unique gifts that only you can bring. So step into your power, embrace consistency, and watch as it unlocks the door to everything you've ever wanted. The time is now. The choice is yours. Choose consistent, choose growth, choose the extraordinary life that's waiting for you. It all starts with this moment, this decision, this commitment to force yourself to be consistent. Make that choice now. And let it be the first step on the most exciting journey of your life, the journey to becoming the best version of yourself. You've made the decision to be consistent. You've committed to showing up day after day. Now let's talk about how to make this commitment a reality in your everyday life. First, understand that consistency is a practice. It's something you do, not something you have. Every day, you have the opportunity to practice consistency. Every choice, every action is a chance to reinforce your commitment. Start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Just pick one area of your life where you want to be more consistent. Maybe it's your health, your work, your relationships, or your personal growth. Choose one specific action in that area that you can commit to doing every day. Remember, the size of the action doesn't matter as much as the consistency with which you perform it. A small action done consistently will have a far greater impact than a large action done sporadically. Let's say you want to improve your physical health. Instead of committing to an hour-long workout every day, start with something smaller. Maybe it's doing 10 push-ups every morning or taking a 5-minute walk after dinner. The key is to choose something that's so small, so doable that you have no excuse not to do it. Once you've chosen your consistent action, the next step is to make it a non-negotiable part of your day. Treat it with the same importance as brushing your teeth or showing up for work. It's not something you do if you have time or if you feel like it. It's something you do, period. This might feel strange at first. You might feel resistance. Your mind might come up with all sorts of reasons why you can't or shouldn't do your consistent action today. This is normal. In fact, it's a good sign. It means you're pushing against your old habits, your old ways of being. When you feel this resistance, remind yourself of why you committed to consistency in the first place. Remind yourself of your goals, your dreams, the person you're becoming. Let these reminders be stronger than any excuses your mind might create. As you practice consistency, you'll start to notice something interesting. The resistance will begin to fade. What once felt like a chore will start to feel natural. You'll find yourself doing your consistent action without even thinking about it. This is the power of habit formation, and it's one of the greatest benefits of consistency. But don't stop there. As your first consistent action becomes a habit, add another, then another. Gradually, you'll build a life filled with positive, consistent actions that move you towards your goals every single day. Now, let's talk about something that often trips people up on their journey to consistency, but perfectionism. Sometimes we use the pursuit of perfection as an excuse for inconsistency. We tell ourselves that if we can't do something perfectly, we shouldn't do it. But here's the truth. Consistency isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up and doing your best, whatever your best looks like on that particular day. Some days your best might be amazing. Other days it might be just getting through. Both are valuable. Both move you forward. Remember, a small step forward is infinitely better than no step at all. Imperfect action taken consistently will always outperform perfect inaction. So don't let the pursuit of perfection hold you back. Embrace imperfection. Embrace the messiness of growth and progress. As you embrace imperfection, you'll discover something wonderful. Your consistent efforts, even when they're not perfect, add up to amazing results over time. It's not about being perfect every day. It's about showing up every day, doing what you can, and trusting in the cumulative power of your consistent. Now, let's address another challenge you might face on your journey to consistency: the opinions of others. Sometimes the people around us don't understand our goals. They might question why we're putting in so much effort, why we're making changes in our lives. They might even try to discourage us. Remember this: your consistency isn't for them. It's for you. It's for your dreams, your goals, your future. Don't let the opinions of others derail your consistency. Use them as fuel to keep going, to prove to yourself and the world what you're capable. And here's something powerful. As you remain consistent, as you start to see results, those same people who question, you might start to be inspired by you. Your consistency can be a light that shows others what's possible when you commit to your goals and keep showing up day after day. As you continue on your journey of consistency, it's important to celebrate your progress. Often, we're so focused on our end goal that we forget to acknowledge how far we've come. But recognizing your progress, no matter how small, is crucial for maintaining motivation and building momentum. Every day that you follow through on your commitment to consistency is a victory. Every time you choose to show up, even when you don't feel like it, is a success. Celebrate these wins. They're the building blocks of your transformation. And as you celebrate your progress, remember to be patient with yourself. Real, lasting change takes time. You're not just changing your actions, you're rewiring your brain, creating new neural pathways, becoming a new version of yourself. This doesn't happen overnight. Think of it like planting a garden. When you plant seeds, you don't see results immediately. For a while, it might seem like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, those seeds are growing, developing strong roots. And then one day, you see the first shoots breaking through the soil. Your journey of consistency is the same. You might not see dramatic results right away, but trust that beneath the surface, change is happening. Your consistent actions are taking root, growing stronger every day. And soon, just like those plants breaking through the soil, you'll start to see the fruits of your consistency in tangible, visible ways. As you continue to force yourself to be consistent, you'll start to notice changes not just in your actions, but in your mindset. You'll develop what I call a consistency consciousness, a way of thinking that naturally gravitates towards consistent, positive action. With this consistency consciousness, you'll start to see opportunities for growth and improvement everywhere. You'll naturally look for ways to be more consistent, more aligned with your goals and values. This shift in mindset is perhaps the most powerful benefit of consistency, because it transforms consistency from something you do into something you are. And as you develop this consistency consciousness, you'll find that it impacts every area of your life. Your relationships will improve as you consistently show up as your best self. Your work will flourish as you consistently put in effort and produce quality results. Your health will thrive as you consistently make choices that support your well-being. This is the ripple effect of consistency. When you commit to being consistent in one area of your life, it naturally spills over in other areas. You become a more consistent person overall, and your life reflects that consistency in countless positive ways. Now, I want to address something that's crucial for long-term consistency: self-care. Sometimes in our eagerness to achieve our goals, we push ourselves too hard. We neglect our physical and mental health. But this approach isn't sustainable. True consistency isn't about burnout. It's about finding a rhythm, a pace that you can maintain over the long term. It's about taking care of yourself so that you have the energy and motivation to keep showing up day after day. So make self-care a part of your consistent routine. Get enough sleep. You eat nutritious food. Take breaks when you need them. Celebrate your progress, not a house small. Treat yourself with kindness and compassion. Remember, you're in this for the long haul. As part of your self-care routine, it's important to regularly reconnect with your a deep, meaningful reason behind your commitment to consistency. Your why is the fuel that keeps you going when things get tough. It's what gives meaning to your consistent actions. Take time to reflect on why consistency is important to you. What are you working towards? What kind of person are you becoming? How will your life be different when you've achieved your goals? Let these reflections renew your motivation and strengthen your commitment to consistency. And remember, your why might evolve over time. As you grow, as you achieve goals and set new ones, your reasons for being consistent might change. This is natural and good. Let your why grow with you, always providing a compelling reason to keep showing up day after day. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a challenge. Starting today, I want you to commit to one consistent action. Just one. Something small, something manageable, but something that will move you towards your goals. Maybe it's reading for 15 minutes every day. Maybe it's doing 10 push-ups every morning. Maybe it's writing down 3 things you're grateful for before bed each night. Whatever it is, commit to doing it every single day for the next 30 days. It might be hard at first. You might have days when you don't feel like doing it, but force yourself to be consistent. Show up day after day, no matter what. And at the end of those 30 days, take a moment to reflect on how you feel on what you've accomplished. I guarantee you'll be amazed at the power of your consistency. You'll see changes, maybe small ones, maybe big ones, but you'll see them. And more importantly, you'll feel the change within yourself. You'll feel the strength that comes from keeping a promise to yourself, from showing up day after day. And here's the exciting part. This 30-day challenge is just the beginning. It's just a taste of what's possible when you embrace consistency in all areas of your life. It's a starting point, a springboard to even greater achievements. So remember, consistency isn't just a habit. It's a superpower. It's a force that can transform your dreams into reality, your potential into achievement, your hopes into tangible results. It's the key that unlocks the door to the life you've always wanted. You have this power within you right now. The power to show up day after day, the power to take small, consistent actions that add up to massive results over time. The power to force yourself to be consistent, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. But use this power, embrace it. Let it propel you towards your goals, your dreams, your best life. Because when you force yourself to be consistent, when you commit to showing up day after day, you're not just changing your habits. You're changing your life. You're becoming the person you've always known you could be. The time is now. The choice is yours. Choose consistency. Choose growth. You choose the extraordinary life that's waiting for you. It all starts with this moment, this decision, this commitment to force yourself to be consistent. Make that choice now and let it be the first step on the most exciting journey of your life. The journey to becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, every great achievement in history, every remarkable success story, every life transform, they all have one thing in common: consistency. It's not about grand gestures or occasional bursts of effort. It's about showing up day after day and doing what needs to be done. You have within you an incredible power, a power that can change your life, shape your future, and bring you closer to your dreams than you ever thought possible. That power is consistency. Right now, in this very moment, you have the ability to make a choice that will set you on a path of growth, success, and fulfillment. That choice is to be consistent in your actions, your thoughts, and your beliefs. So make that choice. Commit to consistency. Embrace the power that's been within you all along. And watch as it transforms not just your habits, not just your achievements, but your entire life. Your future self is counting on you. Your dreams are waiting for you. The world is waiting for the unique gifts that only you can bring. So step into your power. Embrace consistency and let it guide you towards the extraordinary life you're capable of living. The power's in your hands. Use it. Embrace it. Let it be the force that propels you towards your best life. Because when you force yourself to be consistent, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Your journey to greatness begins now. With this commitment to consistency, embrace it, and watch as it transforms your world.